Hello friends, welcome back to a 4-day short-term online course on exploring pointers in C. Now let me go to the next topic. Okay, now let us understand how this particular program works with respect to pointers. Here, this is one of the most frequently questions asked in your campus selection. So during the placements, probably you have something program like this where you need to analyze the program and you are supposed to expect what is the expected output. So in this particular case, you can observe here. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 printf statements. Now in this, first I am trying to initialize integer I. So whenever you have this, I recommend you to write it in this way so that you will never go wrong in analyzing the program. I contains a data 20 and always it has a address. So let us assume that this is 1000. In the second statement we have declared a pointer variable called ptr. ptr is a variable of type pointer pointing to an integer data type, and we are trying to, so this is what we say, declaration of pointer. So be careful guys. So unless you declare the pointer variable and unless you initialize the pointer, so you cannot use in your program. So here we have initialized the pointer with the address of another variable called I. So which means that I need to write a one more memory block where this memory block name is J and it is trying to store the address of I. So here it is nothing but J consisting of address of J, that is 1000. Now so let us assume that this particular statement is not present as of now. So I strike out this. Okay, now let us try to understand what is the output of the first printf statement. The first printf statement say about ptr. What is ptr? ptr is nothing but ampersand I. What is ampersand I? Which is nothing but address of I. Now address of I is nothing but 1000 in this case. So it gives me the address of the I. What is ampersand I? Ampersand I is also same thing. I am trying to obtain the address. So this is another way of obtaining the output. And now you can observe that here it is percentage %p, the blindly. Okay, you can say that it is address of some variable. Which variable it is? Just go here and try to find out which variable it is, right? Okay, I'm sorry, here I should not use J. Here in this case it is ptr. I apologize for the mistake. So it is ptr. Okay, uh, let me finish. Okay, fine. Now, coming to the third printf statement, what is star ptr? Star ptr is straightforward content of this particular address. What is the address that is pointing by ptr? The ptr stores 1000, right? Okay, what do you mean by star? The value at this address, that is value that is going to be stored in the address 1000, that is I need to enter into this address and you need to say the content, that is in this case it is 20. Fine. Okay, now what is the next printf statement? It is a straightforward printf statement. Here it is, so it is also 20. Now what I am trying to do with this, now I insert this particular statement in this case. Now I erase this. Now if this is the case, okay, what is the output there? Now I am trying to say that PTR is equal to 100. Is it the first question whether it is a valid statement or invalid statement, right? Okay. How to identify that? So let me write that PTR star. Fine. So what is PTR? So PTR is nothing but ampersand of I, which is nothing but address. Okay, I go to this particular address. There exists a star, right? So I need to enter into this particular uh, data. Now here I am trying to write that, so overwrite the content by 10. So is it possible or not? Yes, definitely it is possible and it is a valid statement. No need to worry, it is not a syntactical error. It won't give you the error at all. What we are trying to do, I am trying to enter into this particular address. So PTR give me the address, star means value at that. So there I am trying to rewrite, or I am trying to eliminate 20. I am trying to insert 10 there, which means it is as good as earlier 20 was there. So now I becomes 10. So will this particular statement works or not? I equal to 20, 10. So definitely, so I 20 will be replaced with 10. Similarly, this statement is with respect to pointer. Using pointer, I am trying to change the content of my variable I. That's it. Okay, so which means after executing this particular star PTR equal to 10, my output will not be 20, it will be 10 in third printf statement as well as fourth printf statement. This is the answer. Now let us check whether my analysis is correct or not through a simple execution in dev C++. Fine. So let me copy this program. Okay, so I'll paste it here. Okay, now what should be the output? So let me comment this initially. So without this, what way is the output? Let us check. So compile. Okay, there is no error. Let me run this program. Okay, now you can observe that the first printf statement is also giving me the address of I, that is 6 to fe14. Even ampersand I will, that must give me the same address, and followed by star ptr is nothing but the variable I, that is what is going to be stored there. It is 20, and second the fourth simple statement, printf statement, that is I. Okay, now I replace star ptr is equal to 10. Now I will eliminate this the command, and I'll write star ptr equal to 10. So let us run the program here. Okay, now observe here, that is going to be replaced. My I value is, it is as good as replacing the I value, because star ptr is concerned with value at the address of I. Value at the address of I was 20, now it became 10. So it is as simple as that. Okay, fine. I hope you got this particular program here. Now let me move to the next example. Okay, now okay, here are the some questions for you, where you can let me to check how best you have understood till now. uh, there is a question: pointer to using, prior to using a pointer variable, it should be declared. Is that enough? No, it should be initialized. Is that enough? Okay, no, it must be declared and it must be initialized, right? So this is the perfect answer with respect to this particular question. Okay, you have one more question. Which of the following is true with respect to pointer declaration? Int star ptr comma p. So ptr is a pointer to an integer. P is not, and ptr and p are both are pointers to an integer. See, p is not at all a pointer because I have not written it as star, so this statement is invalid, right? Now ptr and p both are not pointers, so this is also not true because star is there for ptr variable, so it is also not a true statement. Ptr is neither a pointer variable nor an integer. No, it's here star is there, so hence I cannot call it as it is not an pointer, so it is also not. So see here the first statement, ptr is a pointer, absolutely correct. P is not, absolutely right. So my answer is, with respect to this particular declaration, first statement is correct. Okay, now moving further. Let us learn about the declaration of character, integer and float as a pointers. We already understood how to declare integer data type, floating point data type and character data type with respect to only the data types. Now, is it possible to declare a pointer variable as a float, as a integer or a character? Right? So, in the previous case, you have learnt about how to declare a pointer variable as only the integer. Till now, we have discussed. Now, let us see whether it is possible to declare the character C and character star C here. So integer a is a integer variable. Int star a is nothing but a is a pointer variable pointing to an integer data type. That is very important, which means that a is a pointer variable which holds the address of the integer value. Okay, now you already know what is character C. So C is nothing but a variable of data type character. Now I try to write character star C. What star C represents? Star C represents, it is also a pointer variable pointing to an character data type and address of the character value, which is, see, you need to understand that one point should be very clear. The star C doesn't mean that it holds the character value. Star C never the C will never hold the character value. Let me explain this. Let me explain this here. So when I declare character, say for example, character as a C, and let me assume that the value of this is A, right? Okay. Now I declare one more character star P, fine, star P. Now I say that P is what? P is a character variable, character pointer, and I try to store the value of C. Now that is what I told. Do not have under the impression that P will going to store an character data type. It must be a address. So address may be either in hexadecimal value or in decimal value. Most of the times it stores in the hexadecimal value. Here I have a C, variable C, which is of character data type. Okay, so I store A here. It has some address. Let me assume 2000. So 2000 is the address of variable C. Now I try to store this. I declare a pointer variable, so that is P. I try to store this address in this pointer variable 2000, right? So the point is very clear that whenever I say character star P, P will never store a character value. The meaning is P is a pointer variable pointing to an address, pointing to an value that contains character value. I repeat, P is a pointer variable pointing to an character data type. C here, C is a character data type which holds the character and its address is present in P. Hence, char star P indicates that P is a character variable pointing to an character data type. So this is how you should understand. So similarly, when I say that float of f and float of star j, so which means that j is going to store an address which is going it store an address of f where which is pointing to an floating point data type. So here the declaration float star f does not mean that f is going to store or f is going to contain the floating point value. Similarly, when I say star character star c, it doesn't mean that c is going to contain a character value. It actually means f is going to contain a address of floating point value. Similarly, C also contains the address of floating point value. Am I clear here? So now with this, there is a simple program to make you understand with respect to the declaration of character int and float pointers. So let us analyze this. So I have two integers. So one as integer variable, another one as pointer variable of pointing to a data type of integer. Character C and star CC. So star CC points to an character data type. Right? Similarly, float f and star f. So here I am trying to initialize the variable I, C and f with 10a and 3.14 respectively. The address of I is stored in II, which is nothing but a pointer variable. Ampersand of C is stored in CC, which is nothing but a character pointer, and similarly f. Now when I say what these printf statements will do, so these straightforward, these printf statements, I am trying to obtain the address of what is II is nothing but ampersand I, CC is nothing but ampersand C. So which means all three printf statements will give you the address of variable I, variable C and variable F respectively, right? Now that is what we say obtaining the address of a variable through pointer variables. Moving further. Now, how do you write the printf statements in order to perform this operation? Access. I am trying to access the data that is present in the variable I, C and F through a pointer variables. So let me write a simple printf statement so that you can understand. That is printf. I am trying to or I am accessing the data present in the variable I, C and F through pointer. Now I want to access the data through the pointers. That is, look at this. Value of I is equal to percentage D. Very simple. Star II. Right? What is star II? Star II is nothing but there exists a variable II which holds the address of I. Right? So I contains the data here. In this case, I was constituting the value 10. So here the 10 is going to be stored. Okay. Now when I say that star. So it means to say that it moved to this particular address, and value at this address, it is nothing but 10. So here 10 is going to be displayed, here A is going to be displayed, here 3.14 is going to be displayed. It is as simple as that. Now tell me, what is the second method to access the data? It is very simple. I say ICF, right? Similarly, we have a third method. How? So as you know that I can also write ampersand I, which is nothing but address, a content of this address or value at this address. I simply put star I. So here I can also modify. I say that ampersand, okay, star. So this is also going to give me the content of variable I, C and F. Is it not? So let us simulate the program. Let us copy paste the program here. Okay. And we'll see how the output works. How the program works. How the program works. Okay. You see here the access. This is one way of accessing the variable ICF, and this is another way of accessing the ICF. These printf statement should give me the same output, and here it is respective addresses of ICF, right? So that's what I should get the output. So something gone wrong. Okay, semicolon is missing. Okay. Okay. Oh, look at this. Value of I is 10, value of A. Okay. Okay. Now you can observe this. In the first three printfs were with respect to address. So 62 FE04 was the address of I, FE03 was the address of character data type, character C, and 62FDFC is the address of floating F value. So this address. Now the content of that particular address is 10A 3.14. Second method also giving me 10A 3.14. Yes. So this particular program working fine, right? So this is what we did. So we understood how to declare a character, integer and float as a pointers, and how to initialize them. And basically very important thing that we understood that the if I declare star C or star CC, the very important point is it doesn't store the character value in it. It stores the address which pointing to character data type. Okay, so let us stop here. In the next part I would like to continue with the few more examples. Okay, keep watching and please subscribe. Thank you very much.